Hello, hello. It's a beautiful morning of Thursday, December 9, 2021. And it's already 38 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock in the morning. How are you today? Flambo Movers, and to all our senior high school learners in the City Division of Ilagan. How are you doing so far? Well, do you observe that the weather is getting colder and colder every time we wake up? Palamig na ng palamig. This is the December that I feel like it's really December. Jackets, bonete, something to cover our skin because there's too much cold around us. It is my prayer that all is well. Alright, at lahat ng mga nakikinig sa atin ngayon, lahat ng Flambo Movers, and to all our tuners, if you are tuning to us, if you're not part of the Isabela School of Arts and Trades, and you are listening to us right now, our warmest greetings here. So again, please accept my warmest greetings. Good morning, senior high school learners, and to all our Flambo Movers. Welcome to 99.9 megahertz Flambo Radio with Facebook Live simulcast for the program Learning Today, where learning episodes will be served for all the 21st century learners out there. Join me, I am Miss Michelle, your radio teacher in trends, network, and critical thinking skills in the 21st century. In our recent learning episode, we had an extensive discussion on democracy, illustrating the difference between participatory and representative democracy. Can you still remember those? I hope so. Add to that was the identification of undemocratic practices in our political and social institutions, where we also highlighted viable or functional alternatives to those undemocratic practices. So much with the concept of and dimensions of democracy. Today, we are transitioning to a new topic on information and communications technology, or ICT. Sabi ko nga kanina kay Ma'am Jovi, the Wednesday manager, I think the most suitable teacher for this is our technical engineer, no less than Mr. Ariel Alvaro. Oh, he's beside me right now. He's assisting in the technical side of the RBI operations. Salute to this man. Idol ko to Yeah, I thank him so much. Oh, well, specifically class, our lesson have the following learning targets. Take note of this. One is to identify the dimensions of technology that are enabling and inhibiting. Two is to discuss the benefits of technology. And three is to explain the weakest link in a system using strategic and intuitive thinking. Okay, that sounds exciting because when we talk about ICT, ICT is one of the biggest trends ever in the 21st century. Before we dive directly to the discussion, it is expected, as always, that you have prepared yourself, primarily yourself, for our discussion for today. Okay? With you should be your modules or learning activity sheets, your pen, your notebook, or even your food if you want to munch while we are doing our learning episodes right now. Having said that, let's get started. So, with the advent of information and communications technology or ICT, over the years, technology has become an integral or essential part of our lives. I believe you will extremely agree on this. ICT has shaped our access to different services. Do you observe that? New communications technologies have changed the ways people build connections with others. I am sure you all agree to this. Especially now in this pandemic time. Right, class? The way we communicate with people has drastically changed. Bawal na face-to-face. So, the advent or the presence of ICT is really helpful. Siyempre, ayaw naman natin magka-virus. But we are taking little by little steps going there. So we are transitioning to sporadic face-to-face. If you observe in our community, in the whole country, the Department of Education is pushing through with the limited face-to-face. And we're getting there. But thanks to the technology, the ICT, because it has helped us go through this time of pandemic. It's not over yet, but thanks to ICT. Okay, now, before going further, let's define ICT. I know you have knowledge on ICT, but just for the record, ICT is an acronym that stands for Information, Communications, and Communications Technology. ICT is a kind of technological system that handles communication processes such as, number 1, telecommunications, 2, broadcast media, 3, intelligent building management systems, and monitoring functions. Correct. And usually, ICT is operated through the use of internet. Now, as your initial task, class, in what aspect of your life do you find technology most essential and why? Okay, let's make our discussion interactive. My first question and your first task to do is to share what aspect of your life do you find technology most useful and why? Sa anong bahagi ng iyong buhay nakatutulong ang teknolohiya at magbigay kayo ng dahilan kung bakit ito ay inyong nabanggit. Okay? So, to be able to help you think and share your thoughts on that, I am going to give you infomercials, okay? So that you can share your experiences later when we return. So, stay tuned, class.
Ang pagbasa ay mahalaga sa buhay ng bawat isa. Unawain ang binabasa, buhay natin ay sisigla. O halina tayo'y magbasa, uraliin at maging bihasa, palawakin at pagyamanin upang makamit ang mithiin.
May pag-asa sa pagbasa, ang unang hakbang sa pagtamo ng karunungan, nakapagpapayaman at nakapagpapalawak ng kaalaman, nahuhubog ang kaisipan at paninindigan. Halina't magbasa!
Ang pagbasa ay mahalaga sa buhay ng bawat isa, palawakin at pagyamanin upang makamit ang mithiin,
Ito ay hatid sa inyo ng 99.9 Isa Radio.
Okay, synchronize your time, ladies and gentlemen. It's now 56 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock in the morning. All right, welcome back. Welcome back to our Learning Today program in our subject, Trends, Networks, and Critical Thinking Skills in the 21st Century. Okay, I'm just exhilarated to continue because you have a lot of sharing to do. And let me read your answers. The first answer, let me acknowledge Leanne Ulep. All right, Leanne. Leanne says, on the question, what aspect of your life do you find technology most essential and why? Okay, according to Leanne, she says ICTs enhance active and collaborative learning. ICTs are learning and teaching tools. ICTs can allow us to produce effective text and screen-based materials. ICTs can allow us to access and use the internet as a research tool. Alright, so basically, if I'm going to rephrase your answer, it's on education. That's the most influential that's the part of your life where technology is most influential. Congratulations, Leanne, for sharing your answer. Now, let's go to the answer of Laarni. She says, for me, communication technology helps us to keep in touch with people who are away from us. We use phones and computers to talk to them and even see them. Wow, this is through communication. Yes, we cannot live without communication. Anino na natin yan. That's part of our lives. Good work, Laarni. Next naman. Okay, so there's an entry coming from Fredlyn de los Santos. ICT is an umbrella term that includes any communication device. Okay, are you providing me a definition, dear? But thanks anyway. For Charlene May Ulep, ICT, identify its dimensions and contributions. Uminom na ba kayo ng gatas? Nagkape na ba kayo? Kumain na ba kayo? Alam nyo, mga minamahal namin estudyante, minsan, pag hindi sapat ang kinakain natin sa umaga, naku. Iba ang naisasagot nyo sa mga tanong ko. Okay, so dalawa pa lang ang may tamang sagot. Okay, tingnan natin itong mga nandito sa ibaba. Carlo Kabakat. Sabi ni Carlo, technology is vital in my life because I'm using this to connect with my family, friends, and relatives as well. Okay, it's a big check. Ang galing-galing naman ni Carlo Kabakan. Okay, way to connect. Parang that's a similar answer to Laarni Pagulayan's answer, di ba? Communication. Siyempre, tingnan naman natin itong hindi papakabog na si Matias Vincent Joseph Acoba. Sabi niya, technology is certainly a help not only to student but to every single individual, for it allows us to easily access information, to be updated on the latest news, to have an income through online selling, and etc. Wow, wow, wow naman! Nabuhay si Mr. Matias. Ano ba to? Mr. Matias o Miss Matias? Alright, correct yun. Diba? Where's the answer of Mr. Matias? Yeah. Okay, one aspect is to be updated of what is happening around you. That's a very essential information that you need to get, right? And you can get have that through technology, through the use of technology. Imagine if you are not aware of what is happening around you. What's gonna happen? O di mapapag-iwanan ka. Add to that, according to Matias, is online selling. So this is on the aspect of entrepreneurship, business. Tama naman yan. Tapos na ata ang lesson natin ngayon. We will dive deeper later on that discussion. Alright? Now, let's go to Miss Apalia's answer. Joverlyn, technology affects the way individuals communicate, learn, and think. It helps society and determines how people interact with. All right, correct. Okay, according to Rashane, I find technology is most useful in studying. Okay, that's the same entry as Leon in education. Correct. Let's give highlight to Jovelyn's answer. She says, technology helped me in my study, especially now that we're currently facing pandemic. Check. This helps me to do better and quicker ways for people to interact, seek help, gain access to information, and learn. So still in education. Okay, what about the answer of Princess Bautista Tomas? Gusto ko yung introductory words niya. There's no denying. So, parang nakakasosyal yung statement ni Princess. There's no denying that technology has had, pati ako nabulol, a significant impact on our daily lives in recent years. Relationships, communication, and work are three of the most prominent examples. Yeah, I strongly agree and I will not deny, Princess. Tama naman yun. In communication, in work, in relationships. Right. Technology are most essential. Correct. Okay, there are also similar answers here, but I will just acknowledge the name. Okay, Giancarlo Mendoza Corpus, you're right. Leia Cris Mendoza Galasinao, I think technology is very essential now in the midst of pandemic. Oh, it's still the same. So if it's in pandemic, if it's during pandemic time, you're still trying to explain that technology is most useful in education. Okay, because imagine there's no face-to-face, but because of technology, we are able to continue learning. Even Ma'am Zan Olgado has an entry here and she says technology allows us to communicate with people around the globe. Oh, wala kayo doon. May globe siya. Right. So, what are the points that we have? Oh, meron pa pala dito. Mary Grace Camaso Bugarin, technology is certainly helpful not only for us, but to all because we can use it. Okay, you have similar answers in communication, in education, in business. All right, just like the answer of Richard Longkop, it's still in education. Okay, Applegay Ramos, it is useful in education and being able to connect with your family and friends. So, communication. Getting more information. That's an additional answer coming from Princess Bautista. Let us read the entry of Julian Rose Soriano. ICT is important in every culture around the world and it's absolutely essential that they become a primary focus of study and for enabling more flexibility for learners. So still education, ano? If I'm going to tally all your answers, on top of the list is on education. That's where technology is most essential to you as a learner. Okay, don't worry if I will not be able to read all your answers. I will keep track of them. I will get back to this recorded learning episode and I will note down all your answers. Okay? And generally, as my eyes browse through the answers that you have sent to me, they're all correct. So, thumbs up to all of you. Parang nararamdaman ko, manager, na may mga estudyanteng bumabawi. Kaya naman ang gusto ko sa inyo marunong kayong bumawi, di ba? Kung minsan medyo minsan pumapalya, may susunod pa naman mga pagkakataon para bumawi tayo. And this is what you are doing now, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to my Hume students who are only 55 right now. Alright, so with all your answers, you have just affirmed that certainly technology has become an integral or essential part of our lives, especially to improve various areas of our human existence. Right? What are those areas that you have listed down earlier? You made mention about communication, education, business, getting information around you. Okay, so thank you to technology, because the technology has provided us with all of these access to information, to education, to business, and even in the governance aspect. We will take that up later, okay? Now let's get down to the first most essential learning competency to accomplish for today, and that is identifying the enabling and inhibiting dimensions of technology. What's the difference between enabling and inhibiting? These are two antonyms. Pag sinabing antonyms, these are words that have opposite meaning. So, enabling, this allows you to do something to be productive. That's enabling. Okay? Okay. Right. So, when there's technology, it enables you to become productive in your work. That's enabling aspect or dimension of technology. On the contrary, class, when we talk about inhibiting, something that, when we say inhibit, something that prohibits or something that stops you, something that disallow you to do that. Okay, what dimension or aspect of technology is that? That is something that we need to discuss. And for you to be able to participate in a discussion, I'll be giving 3 items, and in each item, send me your answer. So all you have to do is to identify whether the description is an enabling or an inhibiting dimension of technology. So to simplify your answer, if it's enabling, just send a thumbs up icon. And if it's inhibiting, a sad emoticon. Did you get that? If the dimension of the technology for that item is enabling, send me a thumbs up icon. And if it's not, or if it's inhibiting, then send me a sad emoticon. I think that's simple and clear, so let's get down to the items. Alright, item number 1, work productivity. Work productivity, is it an enabling dimension of technology or is it an inhibiting dimension of technology? So if it is enabling, just send me a thumbs up, just one. And if it's not, or if it's inhibiting, then a sad emoticon or a sad face will do. So send me your answers now for item number 1. And I have answers here already. All I can see are thumbs up or like button. Simple-simple naman kasi nung item number 1 mo, ma'am. That's correct, class. You are all correct. Okay, let me acknowledge the people who answered right. We have Lean Joy Ulep, Laarni Pagulayan, Jovelyn Ablang, Altea Almazan, Diana Ramirez, Rufa May Castillo, Jane Gamad, Shane Joyce Fajardo, Sambo Roberto, Carlo Cabacan, Matias, Hazel, Fredeline, Karen, RJ, Miracle. Wow, may miracle tayo dito. Justin, Cherry, Lean, Mary Joyce, Rojane, Arian, Angelica, Leia Cris, Galasinao. Umahabol, Michelle Luis, Ria Mitagata, and Miss Robero. You're all correct. Alright? So that item, work productivity, is an enabling dimension of technology. Technology class, take note of this, has the capacity to enable work productivity. I hope you are jotting down, okay, the important concepts that we are discussing at the moment, because your module is not enough. Not all information is found in your module, so I believe you have a notebook with you where you can depend on, especially when you take the examination or quizzes or activity. So at least you have a rundown of the discussion today. Okay, let's move to item number 2. Let me just give you an example for that. Work productivity. What does that mean, Miss Bayukan? Okay, an example to that is a class meeting through online video conferences. Right? Di ba ginagawa natin yan? So, without technology, without ICT, we wouldn't be able to connect to you through education. Okay? So, this is, ICT is very helpful. Just like this platform that we're using, RBI. So, how would I be able to get all your answers? Well, syempre, with the help of technology. So, work productivity is highlighted here because the absence of this will mean there will be no learning or there will be little learning. Okay? Dito, with the use of this technology that we use at the moment, then we are able to get a high productivity rate, okay, in terms of learning. Mas natututo tayo, mas marami tayong natutunan, mas marami kaming naituturo, mas nagkakaintindihan tayo, at mas magiging marunong tayo sa buhay. Alright, productivity. Take note of that, class. Now, let's go to item number 2. Alright, what about technology hiccups? Hiccups. H-I-C-C-U-P-S. Ang hiccups naman yan. Sabi na, mali. Okay, hiccups. May hiccups. Di ba pa yung pagka sinisinok ka? Maganon ka? Yun ang English ng hiccups. But in the context of our discussion today, dimension of technology, ano yung tinatawag na technological hiccups? We will explain that. But I want your what do you call that? Prior learning to this. What is your take when we talk about technological hiccups? Is it an enabling aspect or dimension of technology, or it is inhibiting? Send your answers now. Sabi ko sad, yung iba naman mad. Diba? Sad emoticon. Naku, may umiiyak pa. Well, anyway, sige. Sige, consider na natin yung sagot. Yung iba, mad face. Yung iba naman ay sad face. Others, crying face. Yung isa, mukha ng alien. Ano yun? Confused? Hindi niya alam kung anong gagawin. Okay. So, well, meron pang tumaas ang kilay kay Giancarlo Mendoza. Okay, if you answered sad face, mad face, or crying face, sige, let's consider. You are correct. You are correct. Alright. Sige. So, marami naman sa inyo nakakuha ng tama. Or halos lahat. Okay. So, technological hiccups class is inhibiting in nature. It prohibits, it disallows. Okay? What does this mean? So, in the context of our discussion, hiccups refer to the errors malfunction, and irregularities of technology. I repeat that, errors, malfunctions, and irregularities of technology. And we call that as technological hiccups. Ms. Bayukan, can you provide us an example to this? Of course, we are all aware of this. Example is slow internet connection can inhibit our work productivity at times. Sabihin, di ba? Uy, RBI na daw. Uy, mag-online session na daw tayo with Miss Bayukan. So, sasabihin ni Julian Rose Soriano, oh my God, there's a technological hiccup. Kasi nga, mahina yung internet connection niya. Oo, kaya, there's no internet connection at all. Okay, di ba? So, ito yung mga glitches na na-experience natin. Na, I have a strong internet connection here, and then on your end, mahina. Oh, that's the problem. That's one of the problems that we experience. And usually, it affects our work productivity. Diba? It disables us. It paralyzes us. Okay. So, at least we are clear on that, class. Now, let's go to the third item. So, number 1 is enabling. 2, technological hiccups is inhibiting. What about this? Distractions from important tasks. Okay. As dimension of technology. Okay, is it inhibiting or enabling? So what was that? Distractions from important tasks. Okay, waiting for your answers, class. Is it inhibiting or enabling dimension of technology? Is it a sad emoticon or is it a thumbs up? Send your answers now, class. Alright, I have answers here already from Carlo Cabacan. Another sad emoticon. From Carlo Codal, mad face. Jovelyn, sad face. Crying face for Matias. Karen, mad face. Alright, napakasimple naman kasi nun. Tama yon, distractions. Do you consider that the technology as its dimension can also be inhibiting when we talk about distractions? How does it happen, class? Do you also experience that? Before I will explain, congratulations for getting the right answer. And what is the reaction of Rojane Ocampo? Sad face ba yan, Rojane? parang ano parang walang pustiso yung manang. Okay. Sige. So, that explains yung, where were we? Distractions from doing important tasks. That is an inhibiting characteristic or dimension of technology. Why? Why? Because this happens when technology robs our time for pleasure. ML, ganyan. And setting aside those important tasks to be done on time. I'm sure you can relate to my example. Because the technology gives us pleasure. Ang daming games dyan, di ba? So, o kaya you are very indulged in the use of Facebook and you are no longer tracking your activities that are needed to be done because you indulge so much, and that is considered as a distraction for your for doing your expected task. That is why in your case you experience, naku, wala akong grade sa ganito. Bakit? Kasi hindi ko nagawa yung activity kasi nag-ML ako eh. O kaya, marami kang ginugol na oras sa pag-Facebook, sa pakikipag-chat, or kung anumang features ng technology ang ginamit mo, and you neglected to do the things that are important. So now, class, what is the implication of this? We know that there are dimensions of technology that are inhibiting and enabling. Ano ngayon? Matapos nating malaman yan. Take note of this, class. It only tells us that we cannot solely rely on technology to achieve our task. Developing a sense of responsibility as a working professional like us or a student like you is crucial. Oo nga naman, di ba? In other words, class, we should not be a slave of technology. If I will translate that in Filipino, dapat hindi tayo bilanggo. Tama ba yun? Bilanggo ng teknolohiya. Okay. We should capitalize on technology, class, as something that we can use to make our lives, ourselves, the aspects or dimensions of our lives productive. Huwag umasa lang sa technology. Kasi ang technology, hindi naman yun ang be-all and end-all of everything. Kaya nga yung mga estudyanteng, wala akong magamit na cellphone where I can send the activities that you required from the Google Classroom. Pwede mo po bang ballpen at papel na lang ang gamitin ko? Pwede naman, di ba? Technology din pa din yun, pero in a simpler form. Di ba? Kung walang papel at walang ballpen na ginamit, anong gagamitin mo? Yung lupa? O yung semento tsaka yung uling? Paano mo isisend kay ma'am yan? Okay, so ganun yung kailangan nating isipin. So again, class, we should not be a slave of technology. Instead, we use technology, being responsible in all the tasks expected from us, and use the technology for our productivity. Okay, so congratulations for sweeping that task. Perfect yung task na yun, no? Nagkakaintindihan tayo on that level. So, I'm ready to give you the next task. This time, you're going to share the striking benefits of technology. Napakarami na nito. But what do you think are the most striking benefits of technology? Okay? Just key in the chat box. Send your answers later after this very important infomercial gap. So, class, stick around, 21st Century Learners.
Have you finished your modules yet, Jenny? I am trying to complete my EAPP module, Mom. I noticed that part of my module in all my subjects is a presence of reflection. My advisor always reminds me, though, to accomplish it no matter what. Why is that? Jenny, reflection is a powerful tool to have better learning experiences. Really, Mom? How? Doing reflection in learning is a way of allowing learners like you to step back from your learning experience, helping you to develop critical thinking skills and improve on future performance by analyzing what you have learned and how far have you reached. So, Mom, when I reflect on my learning experiences, I am given the opportunity to share my accomplishments, struggles, and moments of confusion. And that makes me more directed what to do next because I know my personal strengths and I am aware of what to focus on with my learning. In that way, my teachers will also know of the things their students need more in instruction. You got it, Jenny. Wow, not just that, Mom. I realize that doing reflection means I am in charge of my learning and that makes me getting better each day as a student. That's my girl. A friendly reminder from the Department of Education and this station.
All right, time check, 29 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock in the morning. And we are back to 99.9 megahertz Flambo Radio. You are still with me, Miss Michelle Bayucan, your radio teacher in TNCT. Answers are coming in, and the first entry comes from Miss Laarni Pagulayan on the question, what are the striking benefits of technology? Okay, this is to test whether you are really keen or observant on the things that are happening around you. So let me read the answer of Laarni. Laarni says there are countless benefits. Oh, kung there's no denying si Miss Matias, si Miss Laarni Pagulayan naman, there are countless benefits. Aba, gusto ko yan. Okay, she says, technology provides millions of jobs around the world. Also, stimulation of innovation and business expansion. All right, correct. So that is on the side of providing job opportunities or work to the people around the globe, and also in the field of business. So they can innovate, and through innovation they can expand their business. Very good, Laarni. Alright, syempre may entry naman si Miss Princess Tomas. One of the main goals of technology includes making things cheaper and more affordable for people. Aha! It's a smart answer. Therefore, people see cost efficiency these days due to technology. Naku. I admire your answer, Miss Princess. The machinery of great benefit is available for so less price that we cannot imagine. Ang galing naman. That will be the part of the discussion later on. Pero nasabi na ni Princess, kaya check naman yan. Alright. For Jane Gamma, the striking benefit of technology, according to her, technology has been a part of our everyday routine. On simple setting on alarm, brewing of coffee, using bread toaster. Aba, may pa bread toaster sila. Wala kami bread toaster. Use of microwave. Wala din kaming microwave. Chill on the refrigerator. Washing clothes on washing machine. Okay. Use of air conditioning units, telephone, blah, 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 and so much more. Correct. Alright. This is on the simplification of our daily tasks. Diba? Imagine before, there's no washing machine. Pero ngayon, meron ng washing machine. Okay, let's move to the answer of Richard Longco. Okay, sabi niya naman, benefit of technology, it leads to better productivity, improved mood, and better focus. So yan talaga ang epekto ng teknolohiya sa'yo, Richard. Okay, right. Sige. Diba may answer na si Jovelyn? Meron na naman siyang sagot. Has made it easier to farm. Okay. More feasible to build cities and more convenient to travel. Sinabi niyo na lahat ng ating discussion. So, simplify na lang natin later. Tama yan. Convenient to travel. Among any other things, effectively linking together all countries on Earth, helping to create globalization, and making it easier for economies to grow. Gusto ko naman itong pinupunto ni Rojane Ocampo. Better engagement, accessible long-distance learning, better learning techniques. This is in terms of education. Love it, Rojane. Okay, let's add the answer of Carlo Cabacan as to the striking benefits of technology. Increased opportunities for entrepreneurs and can improve communication skills. Right. Okay, dagdagan pa natin. Sabi ni Janine Ramos, technology affects almost every aspect of 21st century life, from transport efficiency and safety to access to food and healthcare, correct? Socialization and productivity. The power of internet has enabled global communities to form what? Ideas and resources to be shared more easily. Check! Alright, ang gagaling naman talaga ninyo. Si Apple Gay, as a benefit, she says it's on the medical field. Oh, preserve the healthy lives of people and raise their standard of care. Correct. Ngayon, meron ng telemedicine, di ba? Sometimes, even if you don't go to the hospital, to the clinic, you can call, you can chat. These are the features of telemedicine. Diba? Because we are restricted to go out. Okay, correct. Okay, as I browse through your answers, they are similar. They're similar in the way that the entries are the same. Okay, but you restated in a different way. So I'm not going to read the rest of your answers, but my my partner here, the Wednesday manager, is taking down notes of all your answers. So rest assured, they will be given points. All right, thank you, Ma'am Jovelyn, for doing that for me. I need an extra pair of hands here. All right. So, thank you, class, for your intelligent sharing. So now let's go to the benefits. I have here 5 on my list, and you already mentioned some of them. So, but we'll just go through it briefly, okay? Please take note of this. Number 1, the first on my list is easy access to information. I think this is one of the striking benefits of technology, because technology provides people with efficient access to information using digital media and online databases. Okay, for even in research, diba? We use this. So it encompasses education, business, transportation, medical services, and even governance. Are you aware that our beloved mayor of the city of Ilagan has a web page where we can watch his videos on the updates of what is happening in our city? So that is an example of the benefit of technology, where we can get access, get easy access to information. Hindi na kailangang magpa-meeting pa ni Mayor dun sa harapan ng City Hall, para sabihin niya kung ano yung kailangan niyang sabihin to give us updates on the development or what is happening in the city of Ilagan, diba? Instead, he uses Facebook as a platform. So, may webpage siya doon. And then where videos are uploaded and we can access to it. So, with that, we get updated of the latest news and trends in our global community. Okay, number 2. Now, please take note of this, class. Another striking benefit of technology is ease of mobility. Oh. Technology makes it easier for people. Nabanggit nyo to sa transportation. Technology makes it easier for people to travel from one place to another. That is faster and more convenient means of transportation. Sa mga cities in Metro Manila, meron na ngayon may mga Grab, may mga ganun sila, di ba? Pero dito wala pa naman. But what as an example, meron tayong tinatawag na GPS. Ano nga ba yung GPS? GPS stands for Global Positioning System. Where it pinpoints the geographical locations, making our travel faster and convenient. Meron pa yung app na ginagamit natin. Ano ba yung tulungan nyo nga ako? Yung app na ginagamit natin. When you download the app, tapos you go somewhere in Kawayan, and you're not familiar to that place. Ayun, Waze. Ang galing talaga ni Sir Ariel at saka ni Ma'am Manager dito. Diba? Yung Waze. Dati, anong ginagawa natin? We ask from people to find direction. But with the help of Waze, Waze provide us opportunity to reach our destination faster and convenient. Sunny. Idol ko to eh. Hello, Sir Sunny. Ito rin na nag-a-assist sa atin, no? Syempre naman. Salute to Sir Sunny Kabang of 12 Aristotle. Ayan. Pero sabi nga pero we also have an experience na yung ways, hindi naman siya perfect. Oo, meron din siyang downside. Pero anyways, generally nakakatulong naman, Ayan. So, next number 3 on the striking benefits of technology, it is seamless communication. Seamless, S-E-A-M-L-E-S-S. Okay, seamless communication class is another benefit of technology because it provides instant messaging, video calls, and emails. Laking tulong. Pag sinabi natin seamless class, parang borderless, di ba? Right away, you can connect to that person. Which we are using, di ba? Via messenger, messaging, video calls, yung mga yan, emails. In an instant, we can communicate to the world. So that is on seamless communication. Now, the fourth benefit, striking benefit of technology that we can derive from is higher work productivity. Okay, I need not to explain this lengthily because we have touched this already on the early discussion. But I'd just like to tell you that through technology, work productivity and marketing capability are enhanced because of website applications, software solutions, social media platforms, and machineries. So that explains it. And finally, the last striking benefit that we have to cover on this learning episode is cost efficiency. Nabanggit na kanina to ni Miss Matias, yung cost efficiency. If you remember, tama ba ako, Ma'am Jovi, that it was Miss Matias? Tama siya, oh. Na-affirm na yun. So, may plus ka. Kayo namang lahat. Right. Sabi niya, well, technology can save money by minimizing expenses due to efficiency or volume of production. I, for one, experiences that class, when you need to, for example, when you need to pay for bills, electric, water, or other services, we can use GCash to pay them. In this way, we can save money, which will be spent for gas kung may sarili kayong sasakyan, pambiyahe, or tricycle fare or jeepney fare. So, it's really cost efficient. Okay. Sige. Kayat na kon, Miss Matias. Okay, so let's continue. Generally, if we look into the benefits, of ICT, striking benefits, these benefits are harnessed in the field of education. That's one. Especially now, we are benefited of the perks of technology, right? Because we can continue learning. In the field of business or entrepreneurship, yes, this is very helpful. Kaya nga yung meron tayong modes where we can buy. This is not to promote, di ba? Maraming addicted sa Lazada at saka Shopee. Or pwede rin naman yung when we do online selling, di ba? We can create a group or web page where we can post the products that we can sell. And then we can reach our market through that. Your desired market. So, on transportation, yes. Diba? Kaka-explain lang natin. Medical services, yes. Correct. Just to give you a testimony on this, do you know that, for instance, you cannot go to the doctor, to the hospital. They can provide you with their numbers or you can message the doctor and then the doctor can just create or send you an electronic prescription, yung reseta. Kasi madalas ako magpareseta. So, the doctor can send you that e-prescription and then you can just present it over the drugstore, the counter in the drugstore. Okay? Or meron na nga yung telemedicine where you can just call the doctor, yung mga ganun. And of course, in governance, 'di ba? Na-take up natin ngayon. My example then was the mayor, 'di ba? Where the developments in our city are being laid down through the page, okay, of the city government of the city of Ilagan. All right, so there, can you still keep up? I'm sure you do, kasi intelligent learners kayo eh. So, let's take the last part, in explaining the weakest link. This is very, very brief, no? Mabilis na lang ito. So, if you know some of the weakest link, kung merong strong points in technology, there are also its weak points, and we call that as weakest link. So, key in the chat box, share to me your answers, share to the whole class, and we'll have a discussion on this after this break.
Hi, Maria! Are you done with our narrative essay in reading and writing?
No, Julia. I don't think I can make one.
Huh? But why? Were you present in our online class when our teacher discussed it?
Yes, I was.
Then why can't you make the activity?
You see, Julia, I am not good in English. It's very difficult for me to understand the language.
Did you tell our teacher about it?
No, I'm shy to tell her that I'm having a hard time.
Maria, you need to be honest. Our teacher kept on reminding us that we can send personal messages to her if we cannot understand the lessons clearly. She won't get mad, I assure you. She just wants us to be honest enough so that she'll know what to do.
You think so?
Yes, of course. That's what I did. I was able to make the activity because our teacher helped me understand the lesson. As a matter of fact, she delightedly answered all my questions.
Really? But I think I still can't.
Why are you saying you can't? Did you even try?
No.
Then try it first before saying you can't do it. Believe in yourself, Maria, because our teachers believe in us so much.
You're right, Julia. I think I should try it first before saying that it's difficult. And I also think that I should not feel scared to approach our teacher. After all, no one will help me but her. Thank you so much, Julia.
You're always welcome, Maria. But don't forget, I am also here to help you. What are friends for, right?
Thank you so much, Julia. I am so lucky to have you.
Remember, Isatians, trying is way better than quitting. A friendly reminder from Isat Radio.
All right, synchronize your time, my dear student. It's now 48 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock in the morning. Parang wala naman ako nakitang sagot nyo dito sa mga weakest link ng ICT system. Ay, meron! There's one from Princess Bautista Tomas. Miss Tomas, ikaw ba ang first honors ngayon? Okay, check natin. Sabi ni Princess, social isolation and loneliness, job loss, low value of human workers, negative impact on students, weapons and mass destruction, addiction, procrastination, degradation of memory, time disperse. Okay, ano ba ito? Ang tinatanong ko, Miss Guapa, yung weakest link ng ICT system. Para sa pangtao naman ata itong mga inilista mo dito, my dear Princess Bautista Tomas. But I appreciate you for responding, okay? All right, sige. So, let me do the work this time. So, keep in mind, class, that the more people use the technology, okay, take note, the more people use the technology, technological challenges become more evident and widespread. That is why the weakest link in the ICT system pertain to its vulnerable parts. Ito yun nga, weakest link. Yung negative side, the disadvantages. Okay. Since ICT is a system, keep in mind that a failure in one part affects the rest or the others. since they are interconnected. System nga eh. So, like other kinds of devices, ICT devices have their own limitations. Hindi naman sila perfect. That's why we need to know them. Para alam natin yung gagawin natin, di ba? Alright. So, I have identified here the weakest links in the ICT system. So, let's get a rundown of them and we'll explain them briefly. Okay, one by one. Number 1, hard disk failure. Okay, please take note of that. Hard disk failure. That's number 1. Another weakest link is loss of internet access. That's a weak. Yeah, I consider that also. That's self-explanatory. Third, network hub problems. Again, network hub problems. Another weakest link is data theft. Mga magnanakaw ng mga data, no? Or ng information, data theft. There's another one, power outage. And the last one to be taken up later is malware effects. Malware attacks. Yan. Gusto na nga mag-discuss ni Sir Ariel dito kasi alam ko mas magaling siya sa akin dito eh. Pero tumapat to sa TNCT eh. Wala akong magagawa. Okay, let's discuss each briefly, class. So, let's take the first one. Disk failure. Okay. This failure can be caused by hardware malfunction, human error. Kung nabagsak mo yung unit or yung CPU or yung laptop, naku, patay ka dyan. Human error. Software bugs or malware. Na-experience ko din itong software bugs. I had the first netbook. I bought it since, kailan ba yun? 2012. 2011, parang ganun. Samsung. And then, like I used it for 5 years and then 2 years after that, pina-check ko kay Sir Garrett. Sabi niya may software bugs. Ay nako. So, hindi ko na siya nagamit. I was able to lose all the files, information, important information from that laptop. Okay? Pero kung kaya pang mag-recover, kung gagana pa, magma-malfunction yung device. Okay? Nevertheless, that's the weakest link because, like I said, it's a system. If you can no longer use it, so that affects the entirety of the performance. What was that again? Hard disk failure. So, ingatan, okay? Pero minsan, kahit gaano kaingat, weakest link nga. Okay, number 2 is loss of internet connection. Okay, loss of internet when there's no internet connection. Diba? This is very easy to understand. Weakest link. Wala kang magagawa. Walang connection eh. Okay, number 3, network hub problems. So, ito naman, if there are problems in the broadband router or the network hub. What's causing this? Syempre, pag meron ding hardware malfunction. Okay. Now, number 4, weakest link is data theft. Ito yung sikat ngayon. Nabalitaan nyo ba ito? This happens when there's illegal transmission or storage of private personal or corporate information. Do you know the word phishing? PH. Phishing, hindi tayo mamimingwit ng tilapia, isda, or kung ano man. Sabi ni, may sumagot dito, bright talaga tong technical engineer. Sabi, do you know what's phishing? Yes naman. Ay, kung dalawang mikropono dito, gusto ko tong pag-explainin tong katabi ko eh. ito yung, this is where ina-attack nila yung mga internet users. They get the relevant information and then nililimas nila kung ano man yung important information na meron sa'yo, or minsan nililimas nila yung pera na meron ka. And the latest was yung sa GCash, if you have heard that over the news. Yung biglang may magpa-pop out ng link. Pero nga silang tinatawag, class, na smishing. Alam mo rin yun, sir, di ba? Yung smishing, parang phishing din yun. Pero, ang mode naman nila doon, they will send you SMS. Text message. Pero regardless of that, phishing pa din yun. That's why we have to be very careful on the sites that we are entering, especially if they ask us relevant or important information. Do not just rightfully give, okay, or divulge your information right away. Why? Because that is for your protection. Pag hiningi nila yan, ay, nakatira pala itong si Mr. Ariel Alvaro sa isang mansyon. Wow. Tapos, naku, nanakawan ka na. Papasukin na yung bahay mo. Pwedeng ganun. So, maraming mga modus operandi na nangyayari ngayon. Hindi maganda. So, the common denominator here is we have to prevent this so-called data theft, yung ginagawa nila sa phishing. Okay? Be aware that your information should be sacred. Do not share information to people or strangers whom you do not know. Alright, next we move to power outage. Wala na tayong magagawa kung si cell ko ay brown out. Diba? There was even a time then in our RBI where we were not able to go Facebook Live or even radio because there's no power. So in other words, when there's no power, this is considered as a weakest link kasi hindi mo naman mapapagana itong mga technology na meron sa'yo, di ba? Kahit gaano sila ka high-tech, if without power, or if there's power outage, then you cannot utilize it. So that affects our productivity again. Okay. And finally, the weakest link is the so-called malware attacks. Alam din to ni Sir Ariel, binubulungan niya nga ako kanina. Sabi yung mga viruses, so, di ba? Biglang hindi mo na ma-open yung account mo kasi may malware attack na eh. What if there are stored important, essential information doon? So how can you get back to those information? Wala na. Weakest link. Alright, so after knowing the weakest link of the technology, what is it to us, class? Okay? Identifying the weakest link in the system is essential in ensuring work efficiency and securing sensitive information. Mahalaga yun. To do this, there's a solution to that. If we are aware of this. It is called technology management. Okay, technology management should be done. This requires a balance between strategic analysis and intuitive thinking. Do those two important keywords I made mention ring a bell? Strategic analysis and intuitive thinking? Naaalala nyo ba sila? Patuloy nyo ba silang ginagamit sa araw-araw na kayo ay nagigising? Dapat naman. So, kita ninyo na, this strategic analysis and intuitive thinking are most essential in addressing the weakest link in the ICT system. And that's what you call technology management. So, the management needs a combination of keen observation. Maging mapagmatsyag. Flexibility. Kailangan flexible, di ba? Siyempre, kung wala nang power, anong gagawin? Analytical thinking. If there's a problem, you have to analyze what's causing the problem. And of course, creativity to protect the weakest link in the system. So we need to be creative enough, diba? So that this weakest link of the ICT system will not surface, diba? Will not surface. Yes. we can minimize it. If I would explain that, no? Minimize it. Okay, so how do we do strategic analysis here? Alam naman natin that strategic analysis is a fact-driven analysis where this is useful in ICT in determining problems. So when we determine the problems in logical programming, then we are able to we can provide solutions that are relevant to the existing problem. That is on strategic analysis. Kasi nga, you'll apply a strategy because there's a problem. You know that this is happening, so you analyze, so you think of solutions to address the problem. Okay? And then, in the use of intuitive thinking, this is useful in determining solution to new ICT issues based on similar experiences. So, intuitive thinking can come up with fresh solutions. So, in other words, you do intuitive thinking class in addressing the weakest link in ICT system when there are similar problems that arise, okay, and they are not exactly the same as the problems that you have encountered in the past, but there are similarity. So when this happens, you can apply similar strategies in the past because you have experienced that already. But of course, you have to innovate because they're not exactly the same problem. But because you already have a background of that problem, then more likely you can address that using intuitive thinking. Okay, I hope those two important strategies are helpful, no? In addressing the weakest link in the ICT system. Strategic analysis and intuitive thinking. Well, just to provide you an example, here, our technical engineer here is very good in terms of strategic analysis and intuitive thinking. Sino yon? Si Mr. Ariel Alvaro. Yan. Pag meron akong pinapa-troubleshoot sa kanya, ganito, may problema, ganito. Anong gagawin natin? Sasabihin niya, ma'am, maybe we can try this. Wow naman. Diba? And then, there are solutions that are applicable. So, what did Mr. Ariel Alvaro use to be able to address the problem? We call it strategic analysis and intuitive thinking. Hi there to Miss Sunny Sarmiento. Shout out. Okay. Now, this will be the last break, okay, that I will be posting. If you have questions, reactions, send them later, okay? We are going to give a wrap after the break, and then that ends our session after that, okay? So, Sir Ariel, please hit the infomercial.
Mom!
What's wrong, Rika? Are you okay?
Mom, my teacher asked me to do infomercial about our subject as part of our performance task.
That's great! I know you can do that.
I'm not sure, Mom.
But why?
I feel nervous, Mom. I am thinking of my schoolworks. I am not yet done in my modules. I don't even submitted my summative test. I am not sure if I have time to do it.
You know, Rika, it's a matter of time management and good study habits.
Time management and good study habits? What's that, Mom?
Time management is the ability to use your time productively and efficiently, while good study habits are study techniques that enhance the students to realize their full potentials.
Now I know what to do. I will make a list of things to be done and start a good study habit. In this way, I can finish my schoolworks on time without compromising the quality of my work.
You were absolutely right. When you do things without rushing, you will have the best output.
Thanks, Mom. I need to go now and I will now start managing my time.
Okay, Rika, study well. Always check your priorities. A gentle reminder is a chance from 99.9 Flambeau Radio.
Okay, time check. It's now 7 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock in the morning. All right. So we are done with the discussion class. And I am looking at my chat box. I don't have questions here. If you're shy to send your question, just PM me, okay? Use our exclusive group chat, okay? Thank you, Leian, for your clap there. There's a fire. There's a flambeau icon there. Princess Likigan, what's wrong with your face? Are you afraid? Nilalamig pala siya. Pero yung isa kasi papunta ng alien. Alright, class. So, that is our learning for today. We have covered the dimensions of technology as enabling and inhibiting. We also have discussed the benefits of technology, and we have taken up the weakest link in the ICT system, and we also have provided you with the proper solution to address that. Okay, as a wrap, let us remember that technology is a gift. It is a boon, they say. It's a blessing. Because it's really beneficial in improving our human existence. All the aspects. Could be in education, could be in health, could be in transportation, in business. All you can name it. All the things that you can name. Technology is a boon. It's a gift. They are beneficial to improve human existence. But take note that this technology is not perfect. Just like you and I. They also have the ICT system has ICT system has weak points or weakest link, and with this we should not be by knowing those things, we should not be a slave of technology. Hindi dapat tayo maging bilanggo ng technology. Hindi dapat tayo we should not have that kind of mentality when the technology is bogged down or it's not working properly, then our work productivity is affected. Hindi na tayo gagalaw. Hindi dapat ganun. What I'm trying to put out there, class, is that we should make use of technology to heighten our work productivity. But this should not be the cause of not being productive in the society. Okay? Let's make use of technology to heighten our productivity. So if there are weakest link in the ICT system, that should not stop us to do what is good for the many. What is good for ourselves. Especially to you as a student whose goal is to finish your education, get a job, and improve your life. So, by that saying, I'm going to post via Google Classroom and in our exclusive group chat the activity that you have to accomplish in relation to the topic that we have discussed today. I'd like to thank you, my warmest thanks to all of you. I hope you enjoyed our time together while learning new things in our subject. It has been a productive learning with you. Okay, thank you very much. On behalf of the technical team, this is Miss Michelle Yubayukan saying stay safe and see you in the next learning episode.